Hey guys, my name's Jason and I want to talk to you all about something I've been trying for the last month or so. This is the MoonShade Awning. Now, if you've been following along for a while, you know when I had my GFC, I used to have an attached awning that sat on the side of my GFC. Now that was fine for a while, but when I switched to the iCamper, I went with some low profile crossbars, and that basically left me no options for mounting an awning until I found this. This is a portable awning that will sit pretty much anywhere on your vehicle. I would actually go with it off my driver's side long ways on that one because I have my tent that opens on this side, but you can go off the side, you can go off the back here, and even something I hadn't seen before is you can go off the front if you're working on your vehicle in the engine bay and it's raining or it's just really sunny out. So while we're talking about the modularity, this thing is very modular. You can use either magnets or suction cups. If you have certain roof racks, maybe you can just mount it in the actual tracks. I chose to go with the suction cups that come with it. However, I will be switching to a new roof rack pretty soon. I will have more on that later, but once I switch to that, I will go ahead and switch over to the magnets. Just personally, I think that that's probably the best way to do it, and I've also seen many other people do it that way, so I think I'm going to go ahead and switch and try that. But this is great for vans, trucks, SUVs, really anything. There's like a little questionnaire on their website that can help you kind of pick how you want to mount this. Like if you have a van, if you have an SUV, you know, maybe you'll have different applications. So when I took the test, it actually did suggest that I go with the magnets, and I didn't listen to it, and now I will be switching to the magnets in the near future. Really great thing with this is compared to like an ARB awning that mounts on there permanently, this is $395, and I will also have a discount code for $30 off. And you know, an ARB or something like that is going to cost you about $400, and it's permanently mounted to the vehicle. Whereas this can just sit in the back seat or the back of the vehicle. It's really small, but it actually folds out to 9x7, which is technically larger than, let's say, an ARB awning. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of show you what comes in here. So when you open this up, you are going to have the two suction cups. You're going to have the brace pole. This is going to go up against the vehicle. These are going to be the poles that are going to X in the middle of the awning, kind of like tent poles. So these are going to be your stakes and your guy lines. These will be the actual poles that will go opposite of the vehicle. So you'll have the vehicle, and on this side you'll have the poles that go to the ground. And lastly, you have your actual moonshade in here. Now I will say that this all packs back really nicely. It's not like the sleeping bag trying to fit back in the bag it comes in. This actually fits back with plenty of room in there. So this is essentially what the footprint is going to look like. We'll be a little bit closer because it's going to be right up here. But essentially that is going to be the footprint. So due to the nature of my setup, I actually, on that crossbar right there, I have a little place I can clip it, and then I put actually the small one on the front to kind of show you guys what that's like. But if you have a roof rack, you're going to just put on the magnets on your roof rack. So then the pole is going to go on there, and that's going to go up onto the attachments, whatever attachments you have. So this carabiner right here on this side is what's going to attach to that, and this pole here is going to slide through the actual suction cup. So whatever method you used for this to attach it, then the next step is going to be the X, sort of X there in the center. That's where the awning poles are going to go through. Think of it kind of like a tent where it crosses over in the middle. So as you saw me do with the other one, it's going to be just like a tent where you're going to put in the corner and the other corner in, and then we'll attach the parts in between. So you can see how this pole right here will go in between these little straps, and then this one will get on this. Then all you're going to do is take these and slide them over. That's difficult to do with one hand, but it will be just fine with two hands or two people. And then you have two more up there. So the next step is we're going to attach the poles down here. It's a little bit off camera, but that way when we put it up, it will be level. So you could leave it like this, or you can raise it up to your desired height. I am just under 6 foot. Without it raised, I am just barely touching, but I can actually move this up more if I want to. All right, and that was really good timing because it is just now starting to rain. I hear the raindrops on there, so perfect timing for setting this up. So looking underneath, there are a bunch of loops and clips where you can, attach carabiners. For me, I put my light underneath there, and it actually spreads like a nice little light underneath. Someday soon I'm going to try to figure out how to clip on my Devos Light Ranger, because I think that would be very much ideal. Now, if I didn't have that ladder back there, this would have been a lot easier. If you don't have the ladder, you can go all the way back to like here, and that way it's a little bit more sturdy. But you can easily make this work. Like I said, it's very versatile. See, this kind of got in the way here, but we still made it work. So yeah, you can make this run off the back if you'd like. You can make it run off the side. Once we get home, I'll show you guys how it runs off the front, but it's very similar. Now, because this is just for the video, I am not going to put the guy lines out, but you should always put the guy lines out. I did last night for the side. The wind picked up a little bit, so I needed to. It does work here on the back, but like I said, if you don't have the ladder, you could go all the way down here, maybe even up here. This space is a little bit tighter, but maybe on here. And yeah, there's tons of ways you can make this work. So I wanted to show you guys kind of a different thing that I hadn't really seen online, and I was thinking about how the last time I was working on my engine bay, it was raining and it was kind of annoying. I had to park under this tree and I still got wet, but this was a nice little extra use for the MoonShade, because if you're working on your engine bay, like, you got a little bit of coverage, but it's not the best. So if you're able to put this awning up there, you can definitely work on your vehicle no matter what the weather is. And it was actually super easy to do. I clipped it up here on the front, but you can also go down to the windshield and do that. This thing pretty much works on all four corners of your vehicle, and it's very, very versatile. So I'm also showing it here on a Subaru because I didn't want everybody to think that this only works for my vehicle. It works on a lot of different vehicles, including vans and RVs, stuff like that.